What do you think of when you hear the word maps? Do you think of legacy with its buildings? Conspiracy with its enormous tower? Or maybe C, for fishing? Well, I think of one map in particular. The big farting toilet GoreBox official. Anyway, in this video we are going to be checking out some detailed GoreBox maps that are personally picked and also suggested by viewers. I have the maps listed here, so without further ado, let's get into the first map.
GB Penelki.
Penelki is a map of panel houses located inside a fortified space. Some houses can be entered through the front, back, or above. In terms of interior, it's limited. The panel houses can be entered, yes, but only a few rooms are accessible, and they are nothing exciting.
Hello.
Apart from panel houses, there's also this tiny playground. The textures and building layout are alright, but this map gives off the Gmod feeling, which basically means that it feels isolated and dull. And not to mention the Easter eggs scattered around the map, they are not helping. Well, this one is an exception.
Vance's Hotel.
This map takes you to the inside of a dark hotel, filled with long hallways and countless rooms. Definitely bring a flashlight, it can get really dark and spooky. This place seems to be set between the 80s and 90s, judging by the texture choices and interior designs, from the chairs and the lamps to the paintings and the posters scattered around. Sadly, only a few rooms are accessible, and they're fairly decorated if I have to be honest. The layout of this map is like a maze. You can circle around and end up at where you started without realizing.
Construction.
Now we are on a skyscraper, 150 meters above the ground. This map was designed for PvP, but it's actually well built enough that I had to put this one on the list. This map is set on a half-finished skyscraper that features several rooms like warehouses, lifts, and more that's either filled with construction materials or flat out empty. I also found this replica of a dead Gore doll. It strangely looks like an actual one. Here's a side-by-side comparison. Pretty cool. There's also a crane in the center of the map. It's not climbable, but with no clip you can get up there no problem. I find the crane to be oddly fun to watch Gore dolls plummet of it.
Slums.
Now we are in the slums area of GoreBox, a map that's cramped, but that's expected for what it is. The buildings vary in size, but I'd have to say they look way too small. I mean, it makes my character looks like he's 3 meters tall. Jokes aside, the structures in this map are well thought out. Each house pretty much looks identical, but there are small details that help them stand out. Speaking of details, this map contains a reasonable amount of them, like rubbish piles, rundown houses, graffiti, and whatnot, which makes the map feel legit in a way.
Cartunfall.
This map takes place near Polar 6 on a snowy mountain, and it's huge. The central area of the map mostly consists of apartment blocks. There's a set of storage units, and also this empty playground. Grim. Anyways, if we move a bit from the central area, there's a public park sandwiched in between two apartments. To the other side of the road, there's more storage units. There's also a mall under construction nearby. Going further from the central area, there's a lonely substation and a rural hamlet.
Nuclear power processing.
First of all, this map is huge. It takes place on a nuclear site with some abandoned houses around the outskirts. One house in particular has a room that leads to the inside of a long underground tunnel which eventually connects to another room near the surface, right by the power plant. There's also another land connected by a bridge, though it's pretty empty and don't offer much. The power plant site itself looks solid. It contains an electrical grid, some turbines, and a set of cooling towers. In the nuclear site, only one sector is accessible, and even then, there's not much to see. The cooling towers are also accessible, but I mean, who would want to be here?
Liquor shop.
This map is set in a small town, and at the center of it, there's a liquor shop which is the main focus of the map. The shop includes a few rooms like a bathroom with a clogged toilet, and a back room that leads to the checkout area. Mind you, the shop interior is massively decorated, almost on par with how a real-life shop would look. But that's not it. Outside of the map focus, the town itself is lively. One example is a playground which features a slide and stuffs that you would expect in a playground. The rest of the map is packed with buildings. Most of them look like your standard apartment or small shops, which fills in nicely.
Zaton, Tears of the Steppes.
This is a map that is ginormous in size and is set on a step. There are multiple sites scattered around the map, and let me tell you, the buildings are mostly accessible. Take this site for example, is fully accessible from the main building. Cells, rooms, outdoor shacks to outbuildings around the prison. Not only the prison site, there's also tiny neighborhood located in the central area, where each house is accessible and furnished. Nearby, there's a hill topped with a few buildings and an eye-catching Zeppelin. The Zeppelin is impressively built, and the interior is just plain cool. You can explore every single room inside. Impressive for a map that's made on GoreBox. Right? There's a lot more worth mentioning from this map, like a mine shaft, an abandoned shipyard, an oil rig, and underwater environment. But for the sake of video length, I can't cover them all. So, that's everything I can show after sorting out the best GoreBox custom maps. Feel free to share which map you liked best.